The neighbor used to have a Red River Special machine, and it was a 36 by 64, and he used to figure 70 acres average wheat crop a day, which is pretty good going. If he could pound that much through, he was doing all right. And he had 14 bundle wagons on his outfit. We like to run about 5 here, 5 bundle wagons, and the reason for that is we have 2 stookloaders.
Yeah, I had 4 on the stookloader, yeah. It's 4 abreast on the stookloader, and it picks the whole stook up and puts it on an elevator and dumps it into these wagons, and it really is a labor saver.
The loaders were built in Winnipeg. They were made by Acme Manufacturing Company. And that was a follow-up from the Stewart Loader Company. There was a farmer at Selkirk, his name was Stewart, his last name, and he really designed those loaders. And they called them Stewart Loaders to start with. But he was successful. But he didn't quit. He kept experimenting, trying to build other stuff, and he pretty near lost the farm over it. So then Acme Manufacturing took that Stewart loader over in Winnipeg, and they redesigned it quite a bit. They made it easier pulling, and these were the last ones. The one loader there with the galvanized elevator on the sides with the galvanizing, that was the last one built.
Yeah, they sure enjoyed them, whoever had them at that time. We just got this one here, come from the Cayley Hutterite colony.
Was built, and it was sold in 1948 out of Regina by McPherson and Tom Company. And they were in Calgary too. They supplied parts for the Acme loaders. Like anybody that had any amount of acres to do would have 2 loaders. They didn't go with one. Hutterite colonies all had 2 loaders. And the reason for that was to keep up to the machine. You could play 4 horses out on one of those loaders in a day on a big thrashing machine. After a while, they just wore out. So that's the reason we've got the 2 loaders here, so it wasn't so hard on the horses.
Yeah.
And you can wear them down even with the 2 outfits. They're loading fairly steady when you have 5 wagons out here, and those wagons are 9 feet by 18 feet.
The problem with the stook loader is it piles it up, and if you don't stop and level your load out, it's a lot harder pitching. But if you stop, maybe twice even, and then level your load and then load a little more with the stook loader, it makes it a lot easier for these guys right now. That's where when you're field pitching, they're prestigiously put on the wagon, and it made it really easy to pitch off.
And they were unusual. Not everybody owned a stook loader years ago. A lot of this stuff was field pitched by hand.
Now, I wasn't noticing the racks, like the racks that Dad used that had the V.
They were built on a V, yeah, so you could jump off and on easy and you could pitch into them easier. These racks that we're using are built to use beside the stook loaders. They got a low side and a high side. And it makes it a little harder to operate. You can only come in on one side, one way on the machine, either come in from the back on one side or the front on the other side. But the horses get used to that after a while. And they get used to walking beside the loaders too. It's not a problem after they get used to them.
And they were invented at the end of the thrashing era, which was unfortunate because there wasn't many around. The combines were coming in once they got going good, and that was the end of their career. So there's a few sitting around this country in the trees and stuff, but there isn't many, and there's very few operating left in Western Canada. Robin rebuilt 2 here and did a good job, and they're really something to see because 99% of people have never seen one, and especially operating.
Oh, we did it last year out here, same field, but then they had missed, I don't know, a number of years in between. A lot of people would like them to do it more often, but it's a big commitment for JR and Robin. All the helper types want them to do it more often, but it's the whole setup and getting ready, I think, that takes so much time. So much of Robin and JR's time. Whoa, whoa. You ready, Fred? Yeah. Walker!
lot of it's the driver too. The driver has to know where that wagon is when he's loading, and how full it's getting, and whether he should be slowing up or speeding up, or what he should be doing.
Just trying to build the back of it first. Go. For the middle. Ease them up if I have to get in front of it. Go.
Didn't lose a one. Oh, maybe one. I don't know.
Maybe two.
Now these guys will level this out there so we can get quite a few more on.
And that's what you said makes it
Makes
easier?
it a lot easier to pitch off, yeah.
It's an art.
What?
Step up. Go. You got a load now.
I thought they'd done real well myself, you know. These horses work very well for the little bit they do anymore now.